Hey guys, it's Stephanie White here. I am at Turn Up the Beat with Chef Miranda.
Hi.
We have a new chef this week. It's so exciting. I love coming here. Remember, we're going to do this every other week, and we're going to bring families and parents fun in the kitchen for their families.
Kitchen should be fun.
It should be fun. There's a lot of learning and interaction between parent and child. So I was trying to think, last week we did, 2 weeks ago, we did broccoli. Because, kids and broccoli. There's
a hard battle.
Yeah, I know. So we gave some ideas for that, and it's awesome to have you guys here at Turn Up the Beat to come up with these innovative recipes. So one of the things that we're talking about today is, I'll shake. This could be like my maracas, So I have to admit, I had this because I bought it in bulk from Costco. Because, it's kind of a go-to thing, but every time I make it, I kind of think I can do better.
Right. Yeah,
And
you don't know what's in that powder.
Right. So I want to use some natural ingredients. That's why I came to you guys. I came to Turn Up a Beat and I said, give me a simple recipe for mac and cheese that I can make at home with my kids that I know is going to be, I'm making some adjustments here, wardrobe adjustments, that I know is going to be, a little more healthy and I have some control.
It's real food.
Over it.
We want our kids to eat real food. You can control it. You can add things to it. And it's delicious.
Yeah, so tell me first, before we dive into this, because, there are some things in these teaspoons that I'm not quite sure what they are, so this is going to be interesting. What do you do here at Turn Up the Beat?
Well, we teach kids how to make real food.
Which classes do you teach?
I do not. I assist on occasion.
You assist.
And I have a little side business doing some catering and
all right.
fun stuff.
That's fun.
But I love coming to help out at Turn Up the Beat.
Yep.
It's such a great
and
opportunity
seeing the
for kids
kids
to learn.
Evolve and actually create a product that they're really enjoy.
They get so excited.
I know. So let's get excited about mac and cheese. So tell me about what's going on here. Where do we start?
Well, let's start with cheese.
Okay. So you didn't just buy shredded cheese. You're legit with this.
Yeah, no, we grated some cheese. Got this is just cheddar.
So this is a block of cheddar, and it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like this looks like more like lemon zesting or something like that.
Yeah, that's for spices or.
So you chose the big grating.
It's easier. I think the smaller the holes, the more work it takes.
Okay, so nice and easy. And your kids could do this. Maybe just watch them when they get down close, that they don't get their little fingertips.
Or even have them hold the cheese with a towel. A paper towel or a towel, so there's a barrier between them and their sweet little paws.
Okay, so how much cheese is that?
This is 1 pound of cheese.
Yes, I love cheese. I always sneak a little cheese.
Then we also have,
just saying, love me some cheese.
Some American cheese.
Okay.
And so we're going to mix those together because sometimes when you melt cheddar cheese, it gets a little gooey and oily. And this American cheese is going to give it a better base and help it bond and stick to that macaroni.
Okay, so it's to blend them creates the creamy kind of mixture that you're going for.
Absolutely.
Okay, but these are the two best cheeses you think to start with. When you get professional,
you can branch out.
You can branch out. Okay, so we've got the cheeses. We got some American. This is like what, half a pound? This looks like maybe half as much.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going with that. All right, so we've got our cheeses, and then what are we going to do here?
We are actually going to mix the two cheeses with a little bit of cornstarch.
Cornstarch.
So often when people make a cheese sauce, they use a roux with butter and flour.
Right.
But then you get this floury taste to it, and that's going to put kids off sometimes.
Okay.
So that cornstarch will also help make that cheese sauce homogenize and thicken a little bit.
Thicken a little bit? Okay, so you're not just making like a liquid.
Yeah.
All right.
So if
you dump it. Go for it, girl, man. Here we go. I'll get in on this. I'll be the official mixer.
Dude.
So you just sprinkle it around. So we're spreading it out here. Okay, so that is just cornstarch. I'll show everybody. Okay, we've got the shredded cheese. We've got some cornstarch in there. Okay, I would have never thought to put cornstarch. So that's an excellent tip. And 2 cheeses. I would have just picked the cheese. Okay, so just lightly combine these.
Yep, combine them until that cornstarch covers most of it and is mixed up. And that's going to be our cheese base.
And your American cheese, but that's just like the traditional, those slices?
Yeah.
And you just cubed them up? Okay, so what do we got next?
Stuff that most people have in their refrigerator.
I have these, and I have cornstarch. I don't use cornstarch all that often, but I have it.
So next we're going to we're gonna do our wet ingredients.
Okay, so we're gonna do them separate?
Yes, we're gonna keep this separate.
Okay.
We're gonna turn this guy on.
This is funky. Every time I come here, you guys have devices. Last week I was chopping things up, So this little hot plate, this is good.
It's a little induction burner. This is evaporated milk.
Evaporated milk.
So for all of us parents that are always busy and running out of things in the milk, you know, it's sometimes questionable.
Yes, I know. I've done the sniff test.
Keep these in the cabinet. It's such an easy go-to.
And it's shelf stable.
Absolutely.
Okay, so evaporated milk. Put it in here?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so put the whole thing.
Correct.
Evaporated milk, not condensed milk, evaporated milk.
Evaporated. The sweetened condensed milk would not make a good mac and cheese.
Evaporated milk. Here you go.
We're going to do 2 eggs.
You're going to make me crack some eggs here? Woo! Okay, my skills. All right, here we go. Crack some eggs. My daughter always loves to crack the eggs. She wants to crack them, but then she's afraid to do this part. Right. No, I think she's like thinks shells, are going to all get in there. Okay, so this went off. Here we go. I put it back on.
Yeah, let's go high.
We're going high.
Yeah.
All right, so mix these up.
Yeah, we're going to mix that up and
it's all right. Make messes.
Life's no fun unless you make a mess. And then you have an option of mustard and hot sauce to go in that. Gives the mac and cheese a little bit extra flavor.
I like that idea.
If you're interested in
now, would it really stand out? So this is dried up mustard.
Ground mustard.
Ground mustard.
Yeah.
Okay, why not? I mean, go for it.
It's not going to make it like mustardy, but it also helps with that color. You know, a lot of children like that bright orange color, and so the mustard would help with that. Or you could even use a little bit of turmeric.
It did actually immediately change the color. And you can, okay, so this is hot sauce.
Yes, ma'am.
Kind of like medium, mild, something like that?
Whatever hot sauce you've got in the cabinet.
Okay, so
usually a vinegar base. It's not as spicy.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right.
Going to get the mac.
She has to go get the mac. Okay, so she's going to heat this thing up. This thing doesn't want to stay on. Whatever. Technical difficulties, we're fine. All right, so I'm stirring this up. She's draining the macaroni. And we were talking before this that it really doesn't matter what kind of macaroni, like in the boxes, it's always those little elbows. But I know when I go with my kid, I let them choose the shape because then they're more interested in what's going on. And there are some funky shapes out there. So.
There are.
All right, so we heat this up. Should it get to boiling? What is it going to do
just
here?
a light simmer. Just warm enough that we're going to, you don't want boiling because you don't want to scald that milk.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
you don't want the eggs to solidify.
All right.
The eggs are a good binder for this as well.
Well, for whatever this does, we're just going to go with cold because it doesn't really want to heat up.
So we're going to add this butter.
Okay, so the butter, we'll let this go here. Hopefully it keeps going. It's just beeping at us. It's very angry. She's just pressing all the buttons. This won't happen in your kitchen because hopefully your stove will. We had to use the little mobile one, but that's fine. So that's like a whole stick of butter.
That's a whole stick of butter.
Okay, so a whole stick of butter in there.
Butter makes everything better.
It does. I love it.
It's better.
Okay, so this is a good idea, good tip. This is me. I just fly things everywhere. Putting the butter directly into the pasta because it's melting and coating it. I could just eat butter and pasta, to be honest.
I
could.
What is that?
I could.
That's a thing.
That is a thing. Okay, so this is melting. This is great. So what do we do now?
So now we're supposed to melt the cheese.
Okay, so while
into
the cheese is going to go into liquid. And this is questionable whether this is going to happen.
It is.
Let's see. It's not warming up. Do any of the behind the scene folks know how to use this device? Sure, they're going to scoot it out. We're totally fine. And we're going to put it over here, see if you guys can get that heated up. Because it does not want to heat up. Okay, so the steps are next. So we've melted butter.
Melted that.
Now we're going to take this, remember this was American cheese, cheddar cheese,
and a little bit of
cornstarch. And that's supposed to go in the hot liquid.
And we're going to make a cheese sauce with that.
And that's where the cheese sauce will come in. And if our little device doesn't get to work, we're totally flexible here. We'll just chat, and we'll tell you guys to imagine this.
And the great thing about mac and cheese is that you can add things to it and you can make it a whole meal. It doesn't have to be a side dish.
So while we're seeing if we can get this thing going, if we're going to add some things, when would we add it? Would it be kind of like after you've already made it, you'd put it in and just kind of mix it up?
I would. Yeah, you want to keep that cheese sauce stable and add it at the end. Often we do frozen peas, just thaw them with a little bit of hot water.
Okay.
And then you can throw them in, and the heat of the mac will cook them
Cook
through,
them in.
warm them up.
What else is a good match?
Broccoli.
Broccoli, which we talked about
Broccoli
last
and
week.
cheese.
I know broccoli and cheese does go really well, so that would be
really
good. I would
well.
chop it up pretty small.
Yeah, chop it up small, and we don't use microwaves very often, but the microwave is great for steaming vegetables.
Okay. Got, yeah, that's
I would
true.
definitely steam that a little bit ahead of time.
And get them a little bit softer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got it.
Bacon. Butter,
bacon, cheese.
I don't know if we're so healthy.
I'm totally.
now,
But the whole thing is it's real food.
it's real food.
And so, I mean, as long as you're not just downing your kids with butter and bacon and cheese every single day, moderation is the key here.
Absolutely.
How we go in there with our emergency cooking?
So it's the pan, it's not compatible.
Oh, the pan is not compatible. Okay, so we're getting a new
Induction
pan
burner.
for our induction burner. And we're going to be rescued soon, guys, okay? And if you're making any comments, we don't know, because our chefs behind the scenes are doing emergency work here to find a compatible pan
Like
for
kitchen
our
surgery.
induction burner. Well, that's why normally you would be on your normal stuff going
yeah.
on, you know. Guys, in the meantime, while we wait for our food to heat up here, I want to tell you guys about Turn Up the Beat. And make sure you go to Turn Up the Beat Lou, and you can check out all of their classes. They have family classes. They have like junior chef baking classes where you're learning real skills in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Pastry, really advanced kind of stuff. They've got programs for moms and kids and parents together during the week. They also have summer camps coming up. You know, we love our summer camps. We're going to be talking about that a lot. Oh, it's
And
heating.
spring
Yay.
break.
Oh, spring break. You're going to
Yeah.
have some camps and all that stuff.
Yeah, book
And
those now.
one thing that I learned today that I didn't know, and I'm going to get this back over here. Oh, I can hear it. Ooh. Okay, here we go. We got it. We got it. This is fine. We're good. I didn't know that there were incompatible pans. Now we know. But one thing I learned was that at Turn Up the Beat, all of the classes can be made, well, pretty much like 99% of them can be made allergy friendly. So keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is heating up. I can feel it. So this does not look like it's going to fit all that cheese. Does it melt up like?
You'd be amazed.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're waiting for a little bit of, it's going. It's getting hot now. And you can do this right in your kitchen. Okay, so we ready?
What do you think?
So I just kind of handful it in there,
Yep.
a little bit at a
A
time.
handful at a time.
Okay,
Mix it up.
we're gonna mix it up. All right. Of course, this is gonna, I definitely want to watch this from burning and stuff because
Well, yeah, the
burnt
thing
cheese.
with cheese is you constantly want
Gotta
movement.
constantly move it. And this is fun because this is something my daughter loves a whisk. Okay, and my son too. Putting them up there. And even if they're little, I just get a little stool.
Yeah.
Make sure that they have their oven gloves on.
Kids
and
love to play with food.
I know.
You know, you give them the spoon and they'll stir forever.
Right. So this is going. How much mac and cheese will this make? And the recipe that we're going to put online at Turn Up
The
the Beat.
recipe is for a pound of mac and cheese. So that's a 16-ounce
A 16-ounce box. So you're going to buy. And we did elbows this time, but we talked about
bow ties, which you can call butterfly.
butterfly pasta.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So this is melting.
Just
I can
keep adding.
see it. I'm just going to keep going. Handful of cheese. All right. And it is turning a bright color. Maybe you can kind of, I can't really move this pot for you to see, but you can probably do a little
there.
angle on the, you'll be able to see it when we pour it.
Yeah,
or
when
you
we
can
pour
get
it
an
into
angle
this
on
bowl with all this yummy pasta.
But there's really, aside from our short technical difficulty, if this, we would be able to take care of this on the stove. There was very little prep. You got the cheese.
And you could buy pre-shredded cheese.
You can. So if, to make it more convenient. And there's not that many ingredients.
No.
So, and remember the eggs. because I wouldn't have thought of the eggs.
Eggs make a difference.
They would be like the cornstarch.
Absolutely.
Kind of
It
thickening
all
up. Ooh, we're getting,
thickens and binds.
we're getting good here. This is melting nice and quick now. Look at me.
Oh, you're
left hand. I'm like,
pat your head and rub your belly.
I got the left hand going on, the right hand going on. So how much? Am I good? Am I getting there? It's getting really thick.
Yeah, you might be there.
And it's getting
Let
really
that
full.
thick out.
You see, guys? See this? And it smells really good. It smells really, really good. It's starting to melt. So the butter, what's interesting, I would have thought the butter would have went in here.
Well, you want the butter to bond with those noodles, and the noodles hang on to a little bit of that starchy water, and that helps the cheese sauce stick to the noodle.
Okay,
So
so-
you don't end up with a bowl of cheese sauce with pasta sitting in it.
Things I don't know.
That's no fun.
Yeah, that's no fun. So this is nice and
at
really
that.
thick and orange. You can see here, hopefully.
And
You'll see
again,
when
if
I
you want a
pour it.
brighter orange color,
Here we go, guys. You
you
see?
can add a little bit of turmeric or a little bit more mustard.
Can I just have like a funnel of this?
It's your world.
Intravenous. My
Just don't
goal.
let the kids see you do it.
My goal would be in all of our little turn up the beat episodes, we're gonna get to involve cheese, and then I'm good. I'm good and happy. Okay, so I think it's ready.
All right.
There's a little bit of bubbles. Are we ready?
That's looking great.
All right. Here we go.
So
It's not
let's-
too hot. We're okay.
You're
So you want to
all right?
do some teamwork here? And let's kind of point it toward there so they can see. Guys, this is like really, really cheesy goodness. And it really wasn't hard. It's just one
Amazing.
pot and you're putting it in there. Oh! All right, so let's see about that.
Mix
gonna
it
go for-
all up.
I need a fork. I need a fork.
Forks can happen.
Fork me. I want to eat this. Guys, look
Yeah.
at this. This is so much better than what would come out of a box. It's thick and creamy and delicious. I bet you could also like bake it.
You could
Put a little crummy
breadcrumb on
breadcrumbs
it.
on there. I'm thinking I want to do that.
Absolutely.
All right, so
you wanna
I'll spoon some in a little bowl. All right, guys, there's no reason. Stop. Just say no to the box, guys. And make yourself some mac and cheese, okay? Some delicious, creamy mac and cheese. And I'm really curious here because we did
Get it.
mustard and hot sauce.
Right.
And I would think, ooh, hot sauce for my kids.
It's not.
You can't taste that. The hot sauce and
No.
the
It just
mustard.
gives it a little bit of
it does.
acidity,
It
so
does.
it's not so goopy and bland. It's delicious.
Well, you just talk.
All the mac and cheese.
This is really, really good.
It's delicious.
So guys, go to our website. You can click on Cooking by Numbers. It's under Lou Femme Fun Live on. I know, isn't it really
Oh my
good?
gosh.
It's really, really good. And they're gonna have all the recipes on Turn Up the Beat Lou. They've got a link there. They've got the broccoli recipe from last week. We've got the mac and cheese recipe going up because literally there are ingredients in here that I don't think you would ever consider go. I would never have put hot sauce in, and I really do think it gives it. My kids would love this. Really, really good.
Absolutely.
So remember, every other week we'll be doing this. So we see you in 2 weeks for our next Cooking by Numbers. It might be Chef Miranda. Maybe we'll get some others. We're always going to mix it up. And I hope that you're going to cook in the kitchen with your family and have some fun. Real food.
Real food.
Real
With
food.
your family.
Thank you guys for tuning in.